Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is kind of chill outside, and that's good. Definitely a thumbs up on that. I actually slept for the 4 hours I was in bed, and then I've been up since 6:30. Yay. Hopefully you slept and didn't suffer from insomnia. Joy, oh joy. But front loading of videos, hey, if you could toss me a like, it'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be extremely awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus good. And I wish I could put up here the list of all my Patreon patrons, but these 4 people on my list are patrons who help to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing. When I say aging pet, she is like 20 years old, and that is old. So thumbs up and thank you. We both appreciate your helping us to continue metabolizing. If you would like to help us keep metabolizing, I have links to my Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link that I still need to desperately update, and thumbs up for that. Yay! Very, very cool. Hopefully you've had a great day. There was something I had thought of that I halfway wanted to talk about while I was thinking about that, but now I've forgotten. On the other quick hand, somebody had asked me to play Dead Island Definitive Edition for the channel. I just, like within the last year, finished playing Dead Island for the PC. First time solved it, got all the way through it. But I have installed this on my Xbox. I do have a USB stick formatted properly, and I have told my Xbox to record video footage to the USB stick. That just means I have to record audio off of either my laptop or have the PlayStation running at the same time to record the audio while the Xbox records the video. So I'm hoping to do Dead Island Definitive Edition just because Dead Island 2 is out, I imagine. Thumbs up for that. Now, big thing I'm going to talk about here. I got a call from my half-brother, which, you know, I say I've got a half-brother and a half-sister. My sister, we both had different fathers, same mother. My half-brother, same father, different mother. He's my brother. But I, with my aneurotypicality, I forget I have anybody at all. I have 3 stepsisters that I forget about all the time. I have a sister that I forget about all the time. I kept forgetting about my brother and my biological father. I got a call from my brother yesterday. My biological father died. And even though, well, I'm going to tell the story of this first, because my mother and my biological father divorced when I was 1 year old. So up until I was about 15 years old, I never even saw my birth father. Now, the nice thing about that is my mother never badmouthed him. I mean, they got divorced, there were reasons, but she didn't say, oh, he's a bad person, oh, he's a terrible person. No, she was like, hey, as you're getting older, do you want to get in contact with your father? She was always cool with that. And when I was 15 years old, I met him and his 15-ish year old son, and we went around Seattle. Decades passed. In the last 20 years, about 10 years and so back, before my wife died, he contacted me and we spent some time talking on the phone. And then another 10 years or so passed. In the past year and a half, he contacted me again. We had been talking on the phone, off and on. He'd call me, I'd call him. We were reaching out. He's 81. I'm 60. Well, after talking to him a fair amount, the last time I spoke to him was right around November. And so I'd been trying to get things together up here to call him back because I wanted to talk to him again. My brother told me that he'd had a break and needed to be institutionalized in a nursing home, and that trying to call and talk to him during this period of time wouldn't be good. And my brother called me yesterday to let me know that my birth father died. So he never cleared up here, and he was never able for me to contact him, and now he's gone. So my birth mother and my stepfather, the man who raised me, both gone. The guy who gave me my last name, my mother's second husband, the guy who abused me very, very badly and gave me my last name, adopted me because my last name would have been my father's name, but no, became my second name. And then she divorced him, he died. So everyone off that side's gone. I have lost the father on that side, and now, of course, my wife is gone, my in-laws are gone. I'm almost the oldest one of the clan. Now, I have 2 aunts, and they both had children. Unfortunately, one of them has been in prison for being a abuser of minors and spent time in prison because of that. So, joy. But I have cousins, 2 from one aunt, 3 from another. I have no ideas if my aunts and uncles are alive. I have no idea if my cousins are alive. And with my parents and everyone I know dead, I have no idea how to even find out if they're still alive. So, joy getting older. It's fun being 60 plus. Hey, hey. So yeah, I've been in shock since then. I mean, like I said, I didn't grow up with him. I'd barely been in contact with him. I'd barely known him, but we were getting back in contact and talking, and now that's gone. So yeah, it's a shocker. I am largely out of sight, out of mind, as mentioned, so it's not horrific blow to me, but on the whole mortality-wise there, yeah, I hear the funeral drums beating in my ears every single day. You'll hear them too as you get older. And as people my age and approximately my age, or a little bit older than me, continue kicking off, those funeral drums are going to get louder and louder every single day. Thumbs up. Now that's not all, so I want to talk about some other things like, yes, here's a thing that I hate the phrase neurodivergent. There's a couple of reasons I hate the term neurodivergent. I refuse to accept that for my autism diagnoses. I am not neurodivergent. I am neurotypical, but I'm not neurodivergent. The reason I hate that term is it sounds so eugenic-like. You know, you're not optimal, you're not prime, you're sub. But no, you're not a divergence from normal, because just as a biologist said, really, if you see somebody with only one arm or no arms, I mean, the average number of arms on human beings in the world is less than 2. Because if you even have one person with one arm missing, that brings the average down. It is not a defect to have only one or no arms. It is a variation of human existence. We define it as a defect, and if it makes you die, yeah, it's certainly a defect. But amongst things that the way people are born, within a range from here to here, everything is just a variation of human existence. From all people with all their limbs to people with none here, or no legs or no arms. You've got that. It's just a variation of human existence. I look at that the same way with me and my head and everybody else out there. We're not neurodivergent because that assumes that there is one good way to be, and you're diverging away from that one good way to be. No, I am neurotypical. Not typical, but that doesn't mean that I'm not just a part of natural human variety and variation, just as anybody is. I hate that eugenics term. So thumbs up. What else do I have on here? Oh yes, I'll talk about my leg. And I'm feeling really sick to my stomach. I forgot to eat food this morning, took my antibiotics, and all of a sudden I'm feeling just bleh. So, let me take a drink, and hopefully I'm not going to vomit. Part of that, too, is my dentures, because my top plate will occasionally push up on the back of the roof of my mouth, and it'll hit my gag reflex, and so that makes me feel good, and sometimes the taste of the glue that I have to use will make me feel bad. So on top of all that, you know, let's hope I don't get so sick I have to throw up. What else was I talking about? Oh yes, my leg. Because of the whole antibiotics thing and feeling sick to my stomach right now. I'm seriously hoping I'm not going to vomit. Oh boy. Ooh, seriously. But my leg looks good. Last night, after not being able to keep it up all night, you know, I could only put it up half the time because my back gets so stressed out from keeping my leg pulled up. So I keep my leg down half the day. And I went for short walkies last night. Ooh. Oh boy. My tummy. Looking around to see if there's anything I can puke into. I'll be right back. And another beding. Hokey smokes. Just got back from downstairs. Yeah. Had to dash downstairs and vomited. Oh boy. That was certainly a lot of fun. I have burst into sweat. My dentures are not tasting good and not feeling good. My stomach is better now, but oh joy! Yay! Having to stop in the middle of what you're doing to go empty your stomach contents. Okay, I was talking about my leg and the antibiotic that just now made me go puke. Yay! Last night when I got back, my leg looked good. Not wonderful, better. This morning getting up, the redness is almost completely gone. There is still swelling. It is still tender, but not as. Before I went to bed last night, I was not feeling quite as optimistic. When I went to bed, I was feeling a lot better. Waking up this morning, I feel pretty good about my leg. Very, very optimistic. Still cautious, but very optimistic at the same time. So very, very cool. Checking the rest of my list, what else do I have on there? Mostly I guess I'm going to kind of talk about this one for a bit. I've mentioned Trevor Savick before. Trevor Savick on the Razor's Edge sort of stuff is a guy who lives on the Razor's Edge who comes out here to the outside and to the inside on business trips selling his business and stuff like that, while the people that work for him, his friends, stay in Apple Rock and do the stuff. He's the idea guy, not the actual person who gets down and dirty and does it. That's not his area of expertise. And so he hangs around with cryptids when he comes out here, the very most dangerous cryptids, because it reminds him of home. Because during the good times, the top 15 causes of death, between 10 and 15 is being eaten alive. During the rough years, between 5 and 10, it's being eaten alive by something. And during the bad years, it's in the top 5. It's going to be one of those 3. You never know which it's going to be until you actually get there. So he likes the cryptid world because it reminds him of home. The only big difference between home and the cryptid world is it's a lot cleaner and smells a whole lot better in the cryptid world. Because remember, it is exceptionally dangerous, and there are a lot of people on the Razor's Edge. Exceptionally dangerous because you're on the bleeding edge of an untamable, unending frontier. For an average settlement on the Razor's Edge, every single week, every single person will run across, on average, between 2 to 4 half-eaten human corpses, as well as 2 to 4 still moistly rotting human corpses that weren't eaten, because you can die of a lot of ways without being eaten on the Razor's Edge. It is dangerous. And so, yeah, just as an average week in a smaller, well, medium-sized settlement on the Razor's Edge, you're going to come across a lot of human corpses. Smaller number, the larger the place. More stable, the less violence. More, the less people there are, the less stable an area. When you go out traveling, if you're traveling by foot on a good 20-kilometer area during a day, you're going to run across anywhere from right around 12 half-eaten human corpses and about 12 moistly rotting human remains from someone who died without being eaten. And this is just normal. If you find that, it's not weird. It's normal. It is exceptionally dangerous there. And if you only run across, like, let's say, 24 half-eaten corpses, 24, moistly rotting corpses, that's okay. You probably have lost nobody where you live. There are people everywhere on the razor's edge. I have said before that the most commonly eaten food animal on the razor's edge is people. That's because people are everywhere. If you take a look at the razor's edge as a globe, people are throughout this entire thing. Everywhere. There's no spot on the razor's edge there aren't human beings. You have predators here, and 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 here. They're all in their own particular ecosphere and biomes. When they eat people, because we're everywhere, we're largely just, what is the word? Convenience prey. We just happen to be there. It's just that we're so prevalent that every predator in the razor's edge is going to be eating people because people are always there. It's not that we're being hunted down. It's not that things like to eat us more than anything else. It's just that human beings are everywhere. And opportunity prey is opportunity prey. So yeah, a nice bit of protein that they can get without chasing you down too hard, and they're going to do it. But that's just, again, opportunity prey. So yeah, most commonly eaten because we are everywhere. Every predator is going to have human meat in their system because we are where every predator is there. So yeah, it's dangerous, but very, very rarely are you going to find yourself losing anyone from the settlement where you live. Unless you go out traveling. When you travel via glamour, one of the reasons that is dangerous is there are creatures, but 999 times out of 1,000 it's not. But there are creatures that have evolved to prey on those who travel via glamour. They can't feel it exactly, but they can feel like it would be equivalent as you're walking through a wood house, your footsteps get louder. And they can track you that way. It's that equivalent on glamours. They can feel you getting closer. So they get ready, and when you show up on their lair to start heading to the next glamour, they strike, and then they fill their belly with a bit of protein, and no one ever sees you again. But 999 times out of 1,000, checking my time, that's not going to happen. Except that 1%, it will. Thumbs up. There is a whole lot more that I've wanted to talk about, especially with Trevor Savick and all that, but I will have to do that later. Because I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, I'm going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language was primarily for stimming purposes, thumbs up. Oh yes, I did remember just now. There was one person who some time ago had told me that saying greetings to all of our non-binary friends is pointless because he guaranteed that nobody who is non-binary is ever going to watch my stuff. I have people in comments all the time saying, thank you for including the non-binary part. That is appreciated. Thank you. So yeah, people do appreciate that. And it doesn't hurt me to say it. So yeah, please welcome all of our non-binary friends. But we have, take out my glasses so I can see, Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up and thank you. M with some good ideas. We have Armadillo, thumbs up and thank you. There is, I cannot pronounce it, but it's been a while since I've seen you in there. German Skogstadlingus, you were leaving comments quite a bit before, but I've forgotten how to pronounce your name, so good to see you though, and thank you. There is What No, greatly appreciated. Larry from Space, thumbs up and thank you. Dark MDG, thumbs up. Drew, yeah, oh, Jennifer is a good name. She was just went by Jen all the time. She was just Jen. There is JAYY, thumbs up and thank you. Flora Mew, greatly appreciated and good to see you. There is stuff that you've got that I want to talk about, but I'll have to do that later. Confused Owl, good to see you as well. Rock, RAWKITHED, I sure hope, thank you. Chris, greatly appreciated. Shaw with 2 W's, thank you. Adrian Bryan, thank you very much. Here, Chalky, thumbs up. And then we have Bloody Valentine, greatly appreciated. Blanche Devereaux, thumbs up and thank you. Blue Toad, greatly appreciated and good to see you. There's Dante Wolf, thumbs up and thank you. Melissa R, good to see you in the comments and thank you. Darkness Dragon, thumbs up. Kenneth was somewhere where I was. Kenneth Swartz, I hope things get better for you too. There's Big T, greatly appreciated. My DualShock disconnected again. King of New York, I've forgotten exactly where I am with my counting, so I'm just going to wave my hand in the air. Shinra, thumbs up and thank you. 77 Arcturus, I can't say my weekend is going well, but it is definitely going. And then we have Beyond the Capsule, thumbs up and thank you. Nexar EH, I'm so sorry your artery blew out. Hokey smokes. I sure hope things go better for you. IARSKII_VFX. That might help, I don't know. Ona, thumbs up and thank you. Flamenco, greatly appreciated. And there is Bunny, thumbs up and thank you. And It's Relit, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up, thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short amount of time and if only in text. Still, it is appreciated. Well, hokey smokes, I'm going to hopefully not do any more vomiting today. That would be bad. Still, hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. I am tired. I slept maybe 4 hours last night, so we shall see what happens. Yay. Still, though, do what you can. Survival is important. If you can't do anything besides survive, again, survival is important. And of course, once again, real quick, I do want to talk once more about the background of the picture on my desktop, where it's just of a large snake. You can't tell how long it is. There's only about maybe 7 feet of it in the picture, but it has swallowed a young woman down to her ankles. All the rest of her is down the snake's throat, and yeah, it's going to swallow her whole and digest her alive. And I have said that, yeah, this is a world where no one gets hurt. It's beautiful, peaceful, and wonderful. No one ever gets hurt, and snakes get to fill their bellies with as many young women as they like, and they like a lot. Probably about 5 or 6 women every single day. Each and every snake in this world swallows whole and digests alive. And these women don't get hurt. They're swallowed whole and digested alive. They die, but they don't get hurt. So it is indeed a beautiful and wonderful world. And of course, I'm still waving this around in the air like I just don't care. I'm going to come up with something else to talk about instead of soft Vore towards the end of these things. I mean, I like the idea of people being eaten, so it's a good thing. I'm not a psychopath either. I like it in fiction, not real life. So, finally, I'm going to say, hey, you take care. Have a great day today. Oh, my upper lip itches. I will see you on the flip side. Hokey smokes. Yay for itchy skin. Have a great day, and I'll see you.